One of the things I know people find difficult is saying the wrong thing or having their words captured online for people to take a jab at. Uh, my thought on this is that my thoughts are ever changing. So if I say something today, maybe I actually disagree with it tomorrow. It's not to say that I change my mind a lot. It isn't that, but it's just that because I'm a person that's growing, maybe I actually acquire new information that changes my mind on a particular view that I have said. So everything that you put online, just because it is on record, it doesn't mean that you can't change your view. Like, the way you think about Santa Claus from when you were 2 is probably not the same way you view Santa Claus now, right? There are things that you once believed that are no longer true. There are things that you once thought was cool that is no longer cool now. There's food that you used to like that you no longer like now. You gain wisdom, you gain learnings. Like, you are literally not the same person as you were yesterday. Whether you're growing or not, you're still not the same. You're not the same person you were 10 years ago. You're not the same person you were 5 years ago. So why are we so afraid to put our point of view that we have right now in case someone sees it tomorrow, a month later, 6 months later, and go, hey, 6 months ago you said this thing. Like, yeah, so what? You know? Unless you're someone that flip-flops between your mind all the time, then yeah, that's a bit of a concern, because then you have like no consistency at all. I generally don't waver on things I believe in that much. So, like, I value honesty, transparency, authenticity, showing up us best as I can as my true self, right? I don't think any of us is 100% our true self just because we've got all these filters. Even if we want to, there's all this like biasness from the way we grew up. There's things that hinders us in some shape or form. We don't even know what's the utmost true version of ourselves. Like, that is the discovery. That is part of the journey. Going back home. It's kind of how I think about it. Like, going within to delve into who your true person is, that is life's journey. And so when you are wanting to be authentic, it's like you are being the most authentic person that you can right now. You don't even know who yourself is fully. So as long as you operate on the values that you hold, like if you value honesty, then you can't be caught lying every few minutes about things. Like, well, that's zero consistency, right? So as long as you are majority of the time true to your values, then it's okay. It's the same as gaining trust any other way. When you're in a relationship with someone, anyone, why do you trust someone first, someone that you don't trust? It's because the person you trust is majority of the time consistent with their words and what they say, right? It isn't that they never change their mind. It's just that they are consistent. If something happens and they can't be true to their words, then they will tell you, right? They give you a feedback on going, oh, okay, well, I wanted to meet you at 6. This crazy thing happened. Not like an excuse, but it's like something critical happened. I'm giving you an update as fast as I humanly can possible, because I believe that I value your time. I'm someone that's on time, and I show up 99% on time. It's just this one time I can't, right? You don't get marked down for that. That person knows that whoever you have been consistently, that is you. It's like, if you choose to eat a relatively healthy diet, you eat a relatively healthy diet, and you are allowed to eat that chocolate cake once in a while. You are allowed to eat that sugary drink for once in a while. It's not like you never have it, but you are allowed to say, hey, I don't have these things. Like, these are generally not things I eat because I value health, right? And people know that because that's what you live by. And they'll be able to see it in your health in the way that you are. Like, if you say that I don't eat junk food, I don't eat sugary food, I look after my health, but you're like, I don't know, 200 pounds or something, then it's like, I don't think you should be talking about health in that way. Like, there's definitely something that's not congruent. But if you are talking about what you believe in and your life is a demonstration of that, then you're good. So, whatever you want to say out loud, don't be afraid of changing. I remember when I was like in like sort of college, uni days, one of my friends was like, I feel so like difficult when someone is so hung up on who she is, like that personality, because people will go, that's not even who you are. Why are you acting that way? And she was really hung up on this because she's like, how do someone else get to have a say on who I am? Like, they don't know me. And so when I hear this, I'm like, it is so true. Like, people think they know you when they don't. You know yourself best. So why would we ever feel inferior or belittle or not the person that somebody else wants us to be just because they hold a perception of who we are, but they don't really know who we are? We are allowed to grow. We are allowed to change. And the people that don't want you to change is usually because they want to hold you back from who you are. Like, if you're going down a path that's like so dark and is really terrible for you and your friend pulls you up on it, that's a great friend, yes. But if you're going down a path of becoming a better version of you, like, this is your path to discovery, this is your path to growth, this is your path to progress, you may stumble and fall on the way. Maybe they don't want to see you stumble and fall. Maybe they don't want to see that for you. But it's like, ultimately, if you know in your heart that you have to walk this path to discover who you are, who is someone else to tell you how you should live your life? Are they living their best life? Because if they are someone that's living their best life and they have found like the road to living the best life, and you really believe in them, then yeah, listen to that person. They may have some advice. But if there's someone that's like not doing better than you, you know, in the way that you see them, like if they don't have things in their life that you want and they're giving you advice on that, just dismiss it all.